Sudah saya katakan, saya hanya menerima sebuah argumen. Jika kau menganggap sebuah benda, tidaklah itu berhala, harus kau berani ludahi. Itu saja argumen saya nggak mau tahu yang lain. Kalau kau bilang, kalian memberhalakan Yesus, betul. Yesus bagi kami Tuhan, maka saya tidak berani meludahi Yesus. Tapi kalau Yesus itu bagi kami hanya manusia biasa, dan ada apa-apanya gambar sesungguhnya, atau ada wujudnya, saya ludahi. Karena dia hanya manusia biasa.
Laki-laki dan perempuan duduknya terpisah. Ya, lalu yang memimpin liturginya, ibadahnya juga memimpinnya di sini, kiblat ke arah Yerusalem.
It is true that Muslims consider Mecca to be a holy place. For Jews, Jerusalem is a very holy place. The holiest place for us is Jerusalem, right? And the wall that surrounds where the temple stood, the Harabayat, we kiss the wall. I do. I live very close to it, right? We're not worshiping the wall. It's our way of just knowing this is something that was from our ancient time, and it's a way of expressing a love for God. We don't worship stones. So I say to people who want to know what Muslims believe, why don't you just ask them? I do. I mean, shouldn't that be your starting point? Why don't you read the text? Muslims detest idolatry, hate it. And in truth, when Muslims hear that Christians, there are some Christians that believe that Muslims worship the moon and the Kaaba, Muslims are laughing. They're going, how could you be so foolish?
Okay, thank you so much, Rabbi. One last question, Rabbi, if you don't mind.
Okay.
This is the very last questions. What do you say for the people who say that Muslims worship the Kaaba or the moon god?
This is stupidity.
Tetapi kalau ada sebuah benda mati yang kau tidak akui itu adalah berhala, terus kau tidak mau meludahinya, itu betul berhala. Saya aku bilang hanya mau bukti. Menurut Ulangan 5, jikalau kau tidak menyembah sesuatu itu berhala, ludahi dia. Jangan kau beribadah kepada dia. Selagi kau masih beribadah kepada dia, itu adalah berhala. Kalau kau berani, karena Tuhan kita akui ada dimanapun, jangan beribadah kepada apapun benda mati. Itu buktinya.
I have heard some claims being made that the Muslims worship the stone at the Kaaba because they kiss it or whatnot. And I just want to say, you know, my view on this, and probably the view of most Jews, is that this is complete lie. Lie, lie, lie. Just because the Muslims make this place as a precious place for them, and just because they honor this place, and even the stone itself, does not make it that they are worshipping the stone. In fact, as Jews, we also kiss the wall, right? The Wailing Wall. And the reason we kiss it, not because we're worshipping the wall, not because we think that the wall is God. The reason we kiss it is because we believe that this wall is a remnant of the second temple that stood on the Temple Mount. You know, the what we call in Hebrew Beit HaMikdash, the house of God, the holy house. And you know, we're not worshipping the stones you know, that make up this wall. So therefore this is a complete nonsense. In fact, I'll tell you even further. You know, when I see my kids, I kiss them too. Does that mean I worship the kids? I kiss my kids because, you know, I have affection for them, I love them, I kiss them. So same thing with this wall, you know, we have affection, you know, this is one of the... And same thing for the Muslims when it comes to the stone in the Kaaba. You know, they honor this place, and so therefore this is a complete lie and nonsense, and, you know, I don't think that it's beneficial for anybody to...
Kan sudah saya jelaskan kepada kau, di kampung kami sana ada batu besar, ada penyembahnya di situ. Setiap hari dia mau berdoa, pasti di hadapan batu itu buat menyan. Jadi saya tanya, loh, batu ini apa? Oh, ini bukan Tuhan kami ada di langit lah katanya. Jadi batu ini apa? Ya, inilah perantara kami kepada Tuhan kami katanya. Bisa nggak kau beribadah ke hadapan batu sana? Kebetulan ada dua batu, kan sama-sama batu. Oh, nggak bisa. Batu ini tidak bisa digantikan. The one and only, dia satu-satunya, dia tunggal. Nggak bisa kami menghadap batu lain. Oke. Sekarang kalau kau pergi dari batu ini bisa nggak? Oh enggak, saya harus beribadah kepadanya setiap hari. Jam-jam berapa saja? Jam 6 pagi katanya. Setelah itu, ya terkadang malam, hanya 2 kali kami menghadap kepadanya. Kenapalah harus kepada batu ini, saya bilang. Ini adalah berhala bagi orang Kristen, saya bilang. Karena kau sujud menyembah dan beribadah kepadanya. Dia tetap ngotot tidak, oke, coba ludahi. Oh enggak bisa. Karena ini maha suci. Batu pun maha suci.
When you reach out to kiss the Kaaba, what are you doing? Like, are you worshiping the stones? So if you say it to a Muslim, they'll laugh at you and think you're crazy and tell you need a psychiatrist. I mean, so the reason I say it's arrogance when people say that Muslims worship the moon. I asked them, there's a moon crescent above a mosque. Why is it there? Like, that's all you need to do. Like, just ask a knowledgeable... Now, there are some Muslims who don't study as much as other Muslims. Of course, all Muslims want people to study as much as possible. So all you need to do, I say this to anyone who has a question, like, ask the Muslim. Like, if you really are curious about what a Muslim believes, ask him. The idea that Muslims worship the moon is complete nonsense. It's stupidity, utter stupidity. You know, in the Quran, one of the things that goes on in the Quran is something that there's one God, there's no other, there's no Son, there's no Trinity, nothing. It's all over the Quran. It's almost to the point that people go, all right, I got it. Like, why does it have to say it so much? So, I mean, in the Quran, it's non-stop. There's one God, there's no other. So how could a person see that and then believe in this foolishness? How could a person... Now,
the closeness of Islam and Judaism has always been understood by biblical scholars until recent years. They introduced ideas that Islam had something to do with worshipping the moon, rocks, or some asteroid that fell. But devout Jews know that this is not true. It's a fact of Jewish law that we believe that Muslims are perfect monotheists. They worship the same God that we do.